What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Spearhead transmission. It's October 18th, 2017. It's time to break those chains and water that tree. You ever forget what year it is?
Yes.
A lot, right?
Yeah. Lately, not so much.
Seems like
But early in the year, I tend to always think it's last year.
Well, I'll get stuck on one, like 2012. 2012.
Signing everything. 2012.
Yeah.
10/18/2012.
No, it happens to me a lot. So we skipped last week. We apologize. Had some
Technical difficulties.
things that came up, so couldn't pull one out. Couldn't whip one out. Couldn't rub
Why
one out.
did we?
You had some drama at work or something.
Oh, I did. That's right. That's right. We won't talk about that.
Yeah, so we had some unspeakables from last week
Uh-huh.
that occurred that we couldn't podcast, and something else happened before that. So we had basically what that means is we didn't want to do it.
Perfect. We didn't rub one out.
No.
Is that what you wanted to say?
Yeah. Get a rub.
So like we were talking about before,
Yeah.
the podcast started.
If you want to raise your libido.
Yeah. Well, this is according to articles that I find on the right hand side of
DailyMail.uk.
yeah, something like that.
So it's you rub one out, but don't
achieve
just
the
rub.
out.
Just rub all the time.
Rub to maximum
6 hours.
If that's how long it takes you to get to right before out, then stop.
Seems like that takes some serious commitment.
All it is teasing. That's what that is. You're teasing yourself.
Yeah, so you're not raising your libido. You're just frustrating yourself. I mean, it's basically like being in high school again.
Yeah.
And, get it
But instead of somebody else you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah, that's true. I don't.
Maybe that's why your testosterone is so high when you're young.
Because you're always.
Now, see, it's the chicken before the egg before the chicken. It's a medical question.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about medical stuff on the podcast.
Science.
Makes sense, though. I mean, because I guess that. Does that have what am I trying to say? If you fill a bucket with water and you don't dump out the water, does it continue to get filled? Is that how that works? What's that?
What's wrong with you?
I can't control my hormone level. That's max capacity right now.
But what else? I mean,
what else I want to know is,
are you just building baby bullets? You just got a stockpile in there?
I don't know. And what else I want to know about is why is it so socially acceptable to talk about jerking off now?
It is?
Yeah, some guy was telling me a story the other day at work and was talking about
I think it's age. I don't think.
I mean,
he's just like, hey, Nick, how you been? Yeah, the other day I was just spanking it, whacking it.
No, I mean, he was telling me something he was talking about, and then, but it was along the lines of that, and I mean, it just, in high school or middle school, it's, no one, I mean, you could joke about so-and-so jacks off, no, I don't, you fuckers, I don't.
It was taboo.
You know what I mean?
I don't touch my penis.
Yeah. Everyone there is doing it, but no, not me. I'm not doing it.
I don't know. Now that I think about it, but I think that comes. When is it? There's a moth behind you.
Yeah, because think about when you have to talk to your kids about that stuff. I mean, the way it's going now, you're just gonna be like, I have to whack it all the time. Just don't let anybody catch you doing it, because then that's embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if you were at a dinner party and someone said something about, jerking off or whatever, you're not. It's where I would think people would be like, yeah, let's talk about something else. Doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah,
or at least maybe that's just the people we hang out with or something. I don't know.
It might be.
Maybe at other, like
finer establishments.
Social gatherings, people are like,
Ugh.
"Why?"
You mean to tell me that you just rub it and not to the out? Yes, I'm working on my libido. I don't know, man. But so for all of the science gurus that listen to this podcast, for good science, you can comment.
Comment in the YouTube video if that's true or not.
Please put links in there because.
So I brought some show and tell because I bought. Dude, Amazon fucking .com has anything that you need. I'm surprised they don't sell humans on that website.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's probably
I
coming.
need a house cleaner. Done. It's gonna be at your house 3 days from now, or whatever.
Like permanent live-in housekeeper.
Drop it off with the drone and then kill you with the drone.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a cold steel. Like tried to market the Spetsnaz shovel.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, I can't remember how they ended up getting us, but anyway, I got recommended. I was looking for a shovel to put in my truck, and I was going to get an E-tool, right?
An E-tool, yeah.
Which reminds me of the E-helmet.
Yes, and the E-Anna.
But so I was looking around. I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I started looking at surplus stuff, and I was like, I'll just get one of those World War II ones where it's, it's wood and then just the top folds over.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got somehow typed in cold steel Spetsnaz shovel, and then got like Russian home goods and like junk from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Got this shovel for $11.
Hold it for the camera; they can't see it.
Spetsnaz,
$11
military shovel. So, like the big thing about these is you can throw it and stick it in trees.
That's
pretty much
all it's good for. Because you're not digging a hole with it.
Yeah, you can play in your sandbox with it. I'm gonna
Does it come with the bucket?
I'm gonna leave it in my truck. I'm gonna sharpen the edges,
and
then or 3 edges. I'm gonna leave this one flat so I can use a baton. And then that way I'll have, because I wanted to leave an axe in my truck too, but I think I'll just leave this in my truck as part of my stuffs, things in my vehicle. And that way I'll have a shovel, which this will be good, I think, for if I were to get stuck in mud, trying to dig a tire out or dig something out to get something jammed underneath the tire to get out of it, or snow or whatever. Better than using your hands, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And it'd be cool to throw. Like, hey, what do we have to throw? I got a fucking shovel in the back of my truck.
Yes.
That looks like Russian, right? Yeah, we've got a Russian listener and a verified Russian on the group text, and he thought it was cool. So
we have a Russian listener.
Yeah, it's the same one and the same.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, one Russian listener.
It says OTK 1985. I think that's when Red Dawn happens. Why it's on there.
OTK.
This is a commemorative Red Dawn.
The Red Dawn.
Spetsnaz Russian show.
You know what it needs to make it more Spetsnazy? You need to stain the handle like that. The color of like an AK.
That old orange red color?
Mm-hmm.
The wood handle looks like the cheapest possible handle. I mean, it's like they didn't get done cutting it. Just broke it off.
So it's probably genuine.
Russian shovel, break. Tired of sawing.
Yeah.
Break it. I mean, seriously.
It's probably genuine.
Yeah, it's from, it came in a bag that had Russian letters all over it.
Oh, well, then it is genuine. They don't fuck around in communist countries with making things good like that.
I think you could,
they try to dominate with sheer
you can drink
volume.
Vodka with the shovel somehow, I'm sure. Any of our Russian listeners that we haven't offended up to this point, let's not drink vodka with that Spetsnaz shovel. But I got some binoculars. I'm not going to open these up. Yeah. So they're...
Those aren't Russian.
These are Japanese. Made in China. No, I got some Nikon Monarch binoculars for looking at things. Like my neighbors. Like anytime I see binoculars, I automatically assume they're perv goggles. But no, I did want some binoculars.
Some goggles. I don't know why I have these goggles.
Primary reason being for hunting, but I also want to keep them around to see things far away if I need.
Yeah, that's generally the best thing for them.
Man, I wish I could see that. That's so
it's far away.
If I only had something for that. I know what
Binos.
got some binoculars I bought off Amazon.com.
Perv goggles.
Hey, housekeeper, go get my binoculars.
That's a perfect idea for your porn industry startup. The voyeurism of the car wash.
Oh yeah.
So you can use your binoculars to scout out the car washes.
You think you get arrested if you're hanging out by the car wash with binoculars across the street? I automatically just see someone cramming their face and shoving food in their mouth while they're
fat and sweaty usually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get that shed
Get
carpet
deep into that carpet.
You might want to clean out your center console, honey. This looks like a good spot to set up some cameras.
No.
I guarantee you'd make money. I'm positive.
So for all of our listeners that need ideas for industry that they want to get into,
I just want to know if it makes money. Yeah,
start a website
called the car wash vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing but. I mean, I guess you could have.
I think you go to jail. Is that the same as upskirting? I mean, they may not be skirting ups. They may not be wearing.
Because all you're doing is taking pictures of something that's happening in public.
Oh, it's just pictures?
Well, I mean, I guess you could do videos. That's going to be kind of boring, I would think.
Of somebody
vacuuming their car. Like, oh, there was
those, what do they call those? Cam girls?
Yeah.
Or whatever? Just contribute to our channel. If you want to.
Man, there's so much weird shit on the internet. People have got like their little niches that they want to look at.
Uh-huh.
I guarantee you someone right now is like, God, when's someone going to start a fucking car wash vacuum website?
Uh-huh.
It's like $90 a year membership.
That's it?
Yeah, fuck. Those other ones are cheap.
Are they?
Yeah, I've never purchased a subscription to a pornographic. Like, I don't know.
Why would you?
Point. Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. So why would you that?
Because you got to keep the niche hidden. You can't be freely advertising your
car wash vacuum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Only problem is if people found out where you're taking your pictures and there's people hanging out and you get a whole row of people.
Then that's whenever you bring out the popcorn.
Everyone's got binoculars.
Concession stand.
I don't understand though why women like just throw, I guess, carrot in the wind or whatever when they're cleaning their vehicle. Like
they're not even thinking about it.
Like it's just something. Just oh man, just vacuuming.
Asses and elbows.
Yeah. Yeah, shit sticking out the back, like body parts showing. And it doesn't matter. I gotta get this car clean.
I don't know.
All right.
Shall we start the show?
Yeah, we apologize for missing last week, and let's just go ahead and start off with the hot zone.
All right. Fuck, I don't know where my music went. I think they can hear you still now.
All right. Are there people watching it?
Yeah, there's 6 people right now.
Amazing.
No, we thank you. Did you know that they can give us money from there?
Give us $11, we'll buy another one of these.
We'll have 2 e-tools. All right, we're in.
All right, so I guess I didn't really expand on my binoculars before we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have all this stuff that I want that I always think like, okay, if something shit goes down, North Korea invades America, or Donald Trump takes over the country, or Hillary Clinton takes over, like it'd be nice to have some nice binoculars, but you know, if you keep wishing about stuff, like to get stuff for what you think you need, like when the time comes, you're like, fuck, I wish I had those binoculars.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like you'll be able to get on Amazon at that point, fucking Kim Jong-un's in your backyard or whatever. You want to look
trying
at
to rape your cat.
You're like,
this fucking cartoon haircut.
I can't see him because I need binoculars. All right, so his first article from Yahoo.com. And this, I just wanted to bring this up because this has got to be the most pathetic article I've ever read in my entire life.
For all the YouTube listeners, they can follow. They can click on. It's in the link on this live feed.
Some of these are stragglers.
All right. Okay. What do we got?
This says how Hillary Clinton still can and should become president after the Trump-Russia investigation.
I read this.
Okay.
Dude.
Starts out, it says, sure, it's been more than 340 days since Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton, but there's still one very narrow, highly unlikely, and entirely unprecedented way that Clinton could become president. And it's got some Democratic diehards dreaming again. So it says, dude, I mean, all right, I'll read it. It says, number one, Trump is definitively found to have colluded with Russia. He would be forced to resign or be impeached. Step number two is if Trump is removed, Vice President Mike Pence would become president. Step number three, if Pence becomes president, he should resign too, given that he benefited from the same help from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Step four, if Pence resigns before appointing a vice president, Ryan would become president. Step five, if Ryan becomes president, he should do the right thing and choose Clinton for vice president, then he should resign.
Uh-huh.
The answer seems unavoidable. He should nominate the person defeated by the treason of his own party and then step aside and let her become president, this guy writes. So when I read this, I mean, I was like, this cannot be real. Like, this can't be like actual journalism. This is going to be like a joke, right? Because when I read this, it's like, here's how Hillary Clinton could become president. We could travel back in time. Wait. Start over. Step one, invent a time machine. Step two, go back in time, past before when she ran, and, don't fucking run drugs to fucking Colombia with her husband. Don't have all this shit. I guess try to make her a good person and
go all the way to her childhood.
Yeah, travel back to present
don't make
day,
her a spoiled bitch.
See if she made it. She still did, and then travel back. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Even if one of these happened, like if Trump is found to have like
colluded with Russia,
he's
not going to be.
No,
listen,
it's not.
It doesn't. This is all part of the fucking plan, people.
Well, but get that. Like, okay, so he kicked out. Like, okay, Mike Pence. You think he's going to be like,
gonna let go?
Man, I really wish Hillary Clinton was president. You know what I mean?
It's the right thing for me to do. These fucking people, none of them do the right thing. It's not.
Here's the other thing about the Russia deal. I don't
understand. Is it Russia?
So everyone's talking about how Russia meddled in the election, right? Meddled in the election. They're putting out false, fake news stories on Facebook prior to the election. If you were dumb enough to believe fake news stories or be influenced based on whatever, right? Like I read an article, I don't know if I posted it up here too. It was talking about how Hillary Clinton and her fucking whatever she's doing right now, traveling around the world saying how she got beat and why. It was saying that, not Podesta, who's the Comey, FBI Director Comey released, said he was going to be investigating the Podesta emails, which, Podesta emails came out with all this other information that everyone is fucking completely blew off. And, she said because of the release of that, it took the media attention away from something that Trump did that was dumb. I can't remember what it was. If it was grabbing women by the pussy or whatever it was, it went from that to like, oh, okay, now we're going to focus on Clinton's. And she's like, well, that's Russia's influencing the election. Like, well, who do you think was pushing to get the grabbing the pussy story out? Like the DNC? Are they, like, if it's true,
so
if they're putting out truth and people base their choice on truth, whatever truth that is, right?
Right.
What does it matter if Uganda released it? Like, hey, I found a video of Hillary Clinton doing the Macarena. Like, fuck that. I'm not voting for a song that dance does that dance. You know what I mean?
Yes. So it's. I guess the way I look at it is that it's all just it's all just noise to perpetuate their cycle of the belief in their team, right? Like it's somebody else came in and influenced the game that we operate in. This is the it's all laid out, and there's a lot of hidden rules or whatever, but we all abide by them. But these guys went above and beyond, and it's treasonous. Yeah, fuck. What do you think? Would it not be treasonous to fund the Iran Contra to fly weapons back and forth from these places to Libya to fucking stage events? You don't think all that's treasonous? The shit that she's tied up in, it's all one big treasonous mess. Treason, if you know.
I don't know. I can't get behind the fact of, like, hey, this news source who's got ties to France, told me that you drive a Honda. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the effect of that is that I'm not gonna like you because you don't like driving a Land Cruiser, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's still, it's the truth. It doesn't matter who did it, right? I mean. Yeah. Plus, we go back on this all day long. Like, everyone was so worried about the fucking hacking of the Podesta emails, and then completely disregarded the secrecy of the fucking shit that was in those emails, and completely blew it off.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as what they did to Snowden, right? So when Snowden came out, right, and he said what he said about the warrantless wiretaps and how we've been being watched, or been, all the metadata was being collected, and that it didn't matter. You didn't have to have a warrant to search anybody. You could go around and released all this information, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, that's treason. Dude, he just told you that the nation that you live in is spying on you.
I've heard so many people say, like, he should have gone about it differently.
In every way possible. And here's the deal: is I have this theory that I don't even think the dude was real. Like, I think that was. Here's the thing: is there's a lot of inconsistencies, right? So.
You're like, Edward Snowden's real?
He might be real, but I don't think I think the whole idea of him releasing that stuff is kind of a little bit fake. And here's the reason behind it: is that it was coming out, right? It was coming out in dribs and drabs that we were finding out about it before Snowden even released it. Remember? Everybody was suspecting that, they're building this big, warehouse in Utah, and they've kind of got these
shit, they said it in the movie Enemy of the State back in the 90s.
Yeah, and it's always been kind of there. It's always been kind of there, right, in the background. And after, I think it came out, the warrantless wiretapping was like 2007, something like that, is whenever they were really talking about it, like, because Bush was getting his ass handed to him for, yeah, and so. It was all out. Everybody knew about it, but nobody was, like, it wasn't confirmed, right? What hadn't been confirmed. It's almost like this. In my opinion, it's like, hey, we need to come out with this to let everybody know that we're doing it. But if we do it, and what we can do is we can gauge and also whip up a frenzy about people that are whistleblowers that are ratting on us for doing this shit. We don't even have to, we can create this guy, say he's a whistleblower, right? And then watch the public lose their shit when the media comes out and says, that's treasonous. And people will be like, that is treasonous.
Where is Edward Snowden?
He's in Russia.
He's still in Russia?
Mm-hmm. He's like Max Headroom is where he is.
Yeah.
You know.
You gonna stay inside all day when you go to those places?
Where?
Like Julian
Assange? Maybe he does, but
he's like locked in the Ecuadorian embassy, right?
Yeah, somewhere. But then I think Snowden's got he's got like pass. like a green card for Russia, whatever they can call it, a red card.
But I hear he's not walking around there.
No, he'd fucking be dead. And that. Here's the deal. This dude is, if he was legit, fucking guy is dead. Dead. He's not real. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way, man. If they really wanted this guy dead for saying what he said.
But if he's locked up, where is he in Russia? The embassy?
Doesn't matter. I mean,
no, not the embassy.
Think about that for a minute.
What is that buzzing noise?
I can't hear it. My headphones are.
Huh. I would assume the same thing. He's dead. Like, fucking.
Now he's just a digital feed. Snowden.
Maybe he's not transsexual. What is it when you become?
Oh, he's
transhuman.
Transhuman, yeah. He's the first transhuman.
Yeah. I don't know.
Everybody keeps saying your E-tool looks like a penis.
What is it? It's the handle.
The handle?
You got the helmet?
Uh-huh.
It does look like a horse dick.
I don't know. Where were we going with that?
That's it. This is pathetic. Like, if anything, like they should. I think it was one of the comments too. If all that magic happens, right? Mm-hmm. They should let fucking Bernie Sanders be president if they want to be fair, because she stole it from him, or she could get Paul Ryan step aside, let Hillary, because it's the right thing to do, and then Hillary Clinton would come in and be like, you know what, I fucking stole this entire thing from Bernie Sanders, so I'll let him have it.
Yeah.
And then he'll come in and then burn the economy to the ground and fucking be like Venezuela. Everybody get, and then my man will be in there, fucking, what's his name?
The guy with the pink ponies?
Pink ponies and the boot on
oh, God, dude. I tried to get him on this podcast. Uncle Bucky, no. Yeah, everybody, the big toothbrush.
Yeah. What is his name? That's who I was going to vote for.
Mm-hmm. Somebody in the comments needs to tell us. Everybody gets a pink pony.
Boot on head presidential candidate.
Vermin Supreme.
Vermin Supreme.
Nobody said it, but I got it.
Vermin Supreme, yeah. That's who. Then Bernie Sanders will destroy the economy. And then Vernon Supreme will come in and give everyone a free pony and be president. Is it Vernon or Vermin?
Vermin.
Oh, that's even better. Sounds like then he will rise to power and be the end guy in the video game, whatever.
Vermin Supreme.
Yeah. His hat pops off and there's a mouse in there. You get a hit before the boot falls back down. Otherwise, you get hit him all day long and nothing happens.
Somebody said that Chelsea Manning is hot.
Oh, who the fuck said that?
Tom Joad.
Man, you are.
Maybe he means Chelsea Clinton.
Chelsea Manning looks like.
Let's
like
find out, guys.
You got to try a little harder if you're going to be a woman to look like a woman. Otherwise, you just look like an ugly man.
Chelsea Manning.
So.
All right, you keep on talking. I'm going to get us some images.
Yeah.
It looks like that guy that does the voices for what's the old Brick Hands? It's a video game cartoon that Wreck-It Ralph. Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph? Well, the guy who does the Fix-It Felix Jr. He looks like Fix-It Felix Jr. guy here. So look at this picture, right? I don't know if our listeners are. Oh, dude, what did I do? Let me do that. Go ahead and keep talking.
Oh, is that one actor that's
Jack
fat?
No.
So there's this big Twitter response right now for the Harvey Weinstein stuff.
I'm listening. There you go.
Someone.
Okay, so that's Chelsea Manning, right?
Tom Chode thinks that guy's good looking.
Yeah. All right, so Wreck-It. Look at that, dude. I didn't even have to type it all the way in. It's listening. All right, so here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you the actor.
I think I know who you're talking about already.
You do?
He was in that movie with Adam Sandler. Oh, no. That's not what I was thinking about.
Tell me that's not Chelsea Manning.
Jack McBrayer?
Here, I'll go here. All right.
Man, I got, like, lint stuck in my
Chelsea Manning and Jack McBrayer.
So have you ever seen that show that guy's on?
Is that Jack McBrayer or Chelsea Manning?
30 Rock? Like his character in that show is completely infuriating. That Jack McBracken or whatever his name is. So is that Chelsea Manning as a woman or a guy right there? Just not sure.
Oh, look at that! Somebody else said this Chelsea Manning actually Jack McBrayer.
They're woke. Nice. They're woke.
They're enlightened.
Yeah. So the Harvey Weinstein scandal that's going through Hollywood started last week. Some of the stuff we're talking about is last week's news, but it doesn't matter. So Harvey Weinstein or Weinstein?
That's Mandela effect.
So
Harvey, Berenstain and Berenstain.
Old Harvey's been like all these women are coming out of the woodwork saying he like had him come to his hotel room for meetings and he jacked off in front of them. Sitting there again, he's just like, that's just normal.
Wait a minute. So he has them come.
His libido.
Hold on. Yeah, you got to run through the scenario real quick. So he's like, oh yeah, come on in.
Yeah, it's just whacking.
Just pounding it.
No.
Or is he like, come on in, would you like a drink? Oh, okay, hold on. And let's have a seat over there. And then they sit down.
Where you touch my glass or
no, have a seat. Oh, okay. And he starts talking. She starts talking to you and you just start.
I don't know.
Does that just start hammering away?
So he's I guess he's raped a couple people or they're accusing him of rape. He's sexually harassed people, I guess, to, from the further their movie career, you'd have to like watch him jack off or give him a back rub or something. I don't know. Like all kinds of shit coming out, right? And all these Hollywood people are acting like, oh, this is horrible. This
like it's not happening.
This is just unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and exactly. It's like, what do you think of when you think of, I mean, this is just kind of like the same that went along with those elites that were outed in the Podesta emails, right? Like what? When you think of Hollywood and getting into movies, I mean, I've never even tried to get into a movie, but I always figured like
you got to give somebody a blowjob.
Yeah, or something.
You're hoping for an executive producer of a movie to be a woman. At least that way you're sleeping with a woman to get your way to the top.
So you know what I mean? Like I never once thought Hollywood was like this glimmer of like. Goodness.
Yeah.
And on the what I always figured it was debauchery and like sex and
it's
drugs.
Hollywood, yeah.
Like, hey, here's cocaine. You want some cocaine? I'm 14. Oh, that's fine. This is Hollywood. You know what I mean? And I've always thought it was like that, just like modeling. I always thought modeling was the same way. You're like, fuck, you always heard about it.
You're right.
Fucking weirdos there. Raping people or drugs and all kinds of shit, and then but the faint reaction of like, oh gosh, this is just he's an animal.
Right.
You were hanging out with him 2 weeks ago. You didn't know this shit was happening.
Exactly.
Like I think it's bullshit. And then all these other people that are taking his money or whatever, and like oh well. Let's just see. And now the guy's got fired from his company, I guess. He's selling his house, and he's like, I'm going to therapy. Now I guess all these other people are getting outed, too, that did it. But what's her name? Rose McGowan's Twitter account got locked up for a while because she was like just fucking outing everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, but so... In response to that,
Hollywood's full of pedophiles and all that stuff.
I That's what I always thought.
I mean, that's not where you want to be.
The thing is, and I'm not gonna say it. Fucking, I'm not gonna say it. So there's Alyssa Milano came out on Twitter and like put this hashtag called Me Too, and then so all these people were talking about how all these sexual events have happened, to them as women, right? So on the Huffington Post today, there was a article called in response to hashtag Me Too, men are tweeting hashtag how I will change. How I will change. This is by Alana Vaginios. Men are tweeting how they will change rape culture in response to the viral hashtag MeToo campaign. Now, on Monday, Australian journalist and screenwriter Benjamin Law created the hashtag How Will Change as a way for men to publicly commit to actionable change against cultures of sexual violence. He says, guys, it's our turn. After yesterday's endless Me Too stories of women being abused, assaulted, and harassed, today we say, How I Will Change. So you go through here, right? This Benjamin Law guy says a bunch of nonsense. So this one guy says, I will call out other men on sexism. I won't be complacent with the status quo. I won't allow another man to harass a woman. This next guy says, how I will change means acknowledging my own capacity for harmful behavior and taking responsibility for unlearning the toxicity. This other guy says, how I will change. I will confront anyone who makes sexist statements about women, even as silly jokes.
Dude, we're going to be fucked.
Now this guy says, when I interview for jobs, I will ask how many women executives are in the company and what the pay gap is. Like, dude, sounds like a good way not to get fucking hired. Like, what? Never. This guy says, never accept the diversion tactics of abusers. Never enable, even passively, the behaviors that lead to this. This other guy says, I'll keep showing my 3 sons and grandson how to honor and respect women. This other guy says, let me see, learning more about women's issues instead of expecting them to explain to me and how they're impacted. This guy...
All right, so this is two... All right. I was going to say, because this is 2 separate issues.
I will take a more active role in smashing the rape culture in my community without fear of being called a snitch or a pussy. Where's the one?
But this is all spawned by Harvey Weinstein or Weinstein.
Yeah.
Or Weinstein. Right? So it's all like that was the catalyst that got this thing rolling. Right.
One more. I will never stand and watch as a man makes unwanted advances on a woman. There's another one here that was about the same. So, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Mike.
So it was 2... This is what it started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. However, so basically, it's saying that.
How will you change?
Yeah, so it's like
my question to you is this:
basically, already, I'm guilty before I've done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Right, and how will I change it?
So to me, it is sad that all these women hashtag Me Too and talk about all these ways they've been assaulted or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But do you passively allow? Do you know anyone that's fucking raped someone?
No.
Do you know anyone that like sexually harasses people at work? Or
no.
Do you know anyone that like has kept someone from doing something in a position in your adult life because they're a woman?
No.
I mean, that's what, when I was reading this, I was like, fuck, I don't hang out with rapists, I guess. And I don't, I mean, I guess if they're talking about unwanted sexual advances, if you're talking like at a bar, like, hey, can I buy you a drink? No, fuck off. Like, all right, whatever, man. Forget it then. Okay, maybe that's unwanted, but
that's not a sexual advance.
Yeah, but that's what
if that's what they're equating it to, then these fucking white knights they're pussy starved. I hate to say that, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds, and that sounds like I'm being but it's almost like they're like, oh, we've got to defend this because basically in my head, I've already done
guilty,
it.
right?
Yeah. Well, no, I've already judged those people making all those comments, and I probably shouldn't have. But in my head, it sounds like, how will I change? How will I change? I don't know, man. It's like,
well, I've never.
It just reminds me of White Knights.
When I was in the military,
Uh-huh.
and there were women in the military,
Yeah.
I saw them get treated the same or better than other people because of the fact that they didn't want to get the dudes, the supervisors or whatever, didn't want to get in trouble, or like typical, they'd like think they're gonna, end up going on a date with them or something because they're being nice to them.
White knighting.
Yeah. And then, like my entire life outside of the military, I've never once witnessed like sexual harassment to a woman at work, because I'm like, fucking people are they're gonna sue you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this happens in I figured construction would be the industry it would happen.
Here's a great point. One of our listeners, just DJ Ransom from the Freedom List, he said, if you're good looking, it's flirting. If you're short, fat, bald dude, it's sexual harassment. Right? I mean, and by wrapping up good looking, you could say rich and powerful, right? Right? Or, have something. And so see what that does now? That's like bad. I don't know where this moth came from, but we're probably losing listeners because people are just like, man, these fucking insensitive bastards. But
I'm not insensitive. I'm just saying I'm not seeing the stuff that I guess all these guys are saying is happening around them daily. Like, I guess I wouldn't hang out with someone that would be like, oh man, I went out the other night and raped this girl. Like,
rape is a totally different. That's a different ball game, right?
Let me call the cops on you or whatever. You know what I mean?
So rape is like physical. Yeah. That's a physical accosting of somebody, right? I mean, that's like.
But I mean, these guys are talking about like, I'm not going to stand idle by now.
Who the fuck stands idle by when somebody's getting raped?
I don't know, man.
And if they have been, like, if they have to do it the whole time, then they're shitheads.
You're just as fad. You're just as bad as the person doing it.
Yeah.
Just like the cops. Like, hey, man, you're sitting there watching them beat this old lady up. Why aren't you doing something?
Yeah. Like, what the hell? Yeah. So, nah, dude, like that. And if, like, what am I going to stand idly by? Like, so let's think about this. If I have a boss that is.
Just think if your boss was like, somebody comes in and is like, I want to work here. Like, you can't, you're a woman, hit the road. You know?
Am I going to quit?
You're like, hey man, you should probably hire her. She'd probably be a good fit or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But, like,
I'm not going to quit my job.
Once experienced anything like that. Ever.
But okay, so say that does happen, and your boss is like that, and he's like, comes to you and tells you, yeah, I didn't hire this applicant because she's a woman, and you're like, first thing in my head is like, this guy's a dumb fuck. Number one, but I'm not gonna. But
that away in case I ever get in trouble. Like,
exactly.
You remember what you told me?
And here's the next step: is, you know what? That woman. I have a kid. I got a family. I'm not gonna. That sounds bad.
You're gonna stand idly by while sexual harassment occurs.
But yes, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm selfish.
Yeah.
Because I value my family more than I value that woman's whatever. And that sounds horrible.
Her job.
Yeah, but I'm being honest with you. That's the truth.
I guess if it's even more truthful, is your boss going to come in and tell you that?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
And if he does, then I probably will be looking for another job. Not because of that particular incident, but now I'm thinking, damn, this dude is dumb as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And
plus, he's going to be sued and bankruptcy.
Yeah, and I'm going to be out of a job. Exactly. I don't know.
I don't want to sound like, I'm not saying that this shit doesn't occur, but I guess it just has not, I've not witnessed it
Yes.
I guess so. Yet. Maybe I still have time to.
Or, like, I'm trying to even think of. I'm like trying to think of cases like.
I've grasped, man. I've like tried to.
Like, it's not happened in a workplace. I'm trying to think. I've been sexually assaulted by people by women that were customers where I worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, by large women.
You're just
reaching down my pants while I was serving, because I was went from being a doorman. Yeah, I was being a doorman.
What the fuck?
Yeah, hold on. So I was a doorman, and then some people, the bartender asked me to help.
Wait. A doorman? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking like recently.
Oh, at work?
I was like, what the fuck are you doing serving shit at work?
No. These were large women. They were volleyball players from University, Oregon State University.
Oh shit.
They were hammered. Yeah.
I've been accosted like that by drunk women, but
well, I was like, all right, okay, ladies, okay, all right, and I just said, just make sure to tip me.
Yeah,
and then
so you're basically a whore.
Yeah, I mean, but
dude, I'm not gonna say. I mean,
I would have been overpowered in that. I mean, I could have fought my way out of probably 5, 6 of them, but there was a whole team. It'd have been a hell of a fight. Alcohol. I was becoming a bartender, but I had to do this job, take the drinks to people. I was like a waitress.
That's what I imagine you in a dress for some reason. And I also imagine this as present time for whatever reason. Like, all right, well, we're insensitive. I gotta get on something else here.
All right.
Beat this into the ground. Yeah, Fox News. Yellowstone supervolcano could blow faster than thought, destroy all of mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona State University researchers have analyzed minerals around the supervolcano at Yellowstone National Park and have come to a startling conclusion. It could blow much faster than previously expected, potentially wiping out life as we know it.
See, this volcano needs to do some of that practice rubbing, but not the out. But I don't know. Then it probably does become a super volcano.
So I read NASA's going to try to release the pressure. Yeah, they're going to drill into it to try to ease the pressure to keep it from killing everyone.
So how close are we to this?
I don't know.
How close can you get to estimate? It happened 630,000 years ago, and then 1.3 million years before that.
Okay, it says, according to the National Geographic, the researchers analyzed minerals in a fossilized ash from the most recent eruption. What they discovered surprised them. The change in temperature and composition only took a few decades, much faster than centuries previously thought. We expected there might be processes happening over thousands of years preceding the eruption. The supervolcano last erupted 630,000
years ago.
Yeah, 630,000 years ago, according to National Geographic. Prior to that, it was 1.3 million years ago.
Okay, so just 1.3 before, or not. So a total of 1.3.
Yeah, if another eruption were to take place, the researchers found that the supervolcano would spare almost nothing in its wrath. It would shoot 2,500 times more material than Mount St. Helens did in 1980 and cover most of the U.S. in ash, possibly putting the planet into a volcanic winter. Despite the concerns about an eruption happening relatively soon, Shamlu told the Times that more research needs to be done before a definite conclusion could be drawn.
You know what?
For its part, NASA is working on a way to prevent the supervolcano from destroying mankind, including trying to cool the magma before it spills over. Why don't they just run a pipe into outer space and pump it in outer space? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just shoot it out there and let it cool off.
Like that would be pretty amazing because as soon as it hit there, it would become a rock, and then it would come screaming back into Earth, fuck us up that way,
and then just be plugged again.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You pump it out there, instantly cools, and then now you have a rock that's just outside of the gravitational pull.
Can you run a pipe into outer space?
I don't know.
You need something to hold it up there.
You know what? Yeah, if you had something to hold it up there. You know what? This might...
I saw Gumby's dad took a ladder to the moon once.
Why did he need a ladder on the moon?
Gumby flew there in a spaceship, and then Gumbo came and saved his ass
with the ladder?
Ladder from his fire truck.
Can't you just jump?
You just ride the pipe soon. Once we get our pipe into it.
So think about that.
NASA's going to listen to this podcast and be like, holy fuck, why didn't we think of running a pipe to outer space and just clearing out that volcano?
Just completely draining it. But here's the deal, like, how does that work? So if you had part of the pipe in outer space and the other part here,
orbiting,
right? See, can't run a pipe to outer space.
Why not? It's like sticking a straw in an orange.
Just shooting magma.
Yeah.
This whole podcast is about beating off, basically.
Aliens be like, what the fuck is going on down there? Like, hey guys, we've got a lot of magma here. We got to get it out. Fucking Earth is probably like collapse on itself. You know?
Like a rotten orange.
Mm-hmm. Like, hey, turns out we shouldn't have been messing around with this.
Shouldn't have been pumping the magma.
You start another planet
with the magma that's left over.
That or take off and like start floating towards another planet. Like, oh shit. And then like Venus has actually got people living on it or whatever.
Just fucking
asteroid
into them. Well, sorry guys. Sorry Venus.
That's my fix. NASA.
Wait, can you live in Venus? I think you have to live on Mars. I think Venus is.
A human couldn't, but I'm sure a Venus person could live on
Venal.
Yeah. Right? I mean, that's what always kills me about when they're like, we're looking for life on other planets. Like, there's oxygen and water. Like, okay, well, that'll support human life.
Yeah.
But, you know, what if other things live off other things? You know, like,
well, then
what if an organism breathes and drinks arsenic, you know, or sulfuric acid? Like,
then how do you determine that it's alive? Like, what if its lifespan is like 5 million years, and this is how it moves, and it actually looks like a rock, right? All I'm saying is that how do we determine life? I guess life as we know it, right? Yeah, so it's got to be able to give birth to fur-bearing creatures or lay eggs. I'm kidding. I don't know.
No. I don't know. All right.
I like to think about that.
This next article, yeah, I did too, because I've always thought, like, well, why is everyone looking for human-based life instead of other-based life? Next article is from the Huffington Post. Says Boy Scouts of America announces plan to let girls join. It's a happy song.
It is. What's that?
All right, so following a unanimous vote by its board of directors, Boy Scouts of America announced Wednesday that the organization will be allowing girls to join its Cub Scout program. BSA will also be developing a scouting program for older girls to enable them to reach the highest rank of Eagle Scout.
Wait a minute. I thought girls had Girl Scouts.
They do. I wonder if boys can join Girl Scouts.
That would have been the way to go.
Yeah. All I can imagine. Okay, let me.
We're going to camp.
Yeah. Fucking A. You know, instead of like, no, Dad, no. Like, making baskets. Like, oh yeah, I'm making a basket. Maybe this is sexual harassment right now.
I think this would be considered sexual harassment.
So
Somebody's not standing idly by.
when I was in Boy Scouts, and I'm an Eagle Scout, right? When I was in Boy Scouts, I remember going on a camp, Philmont, for 2 weeks, right? So we were out in the mountains and then we back for 2 weeks. Guys, this is it. Whenever we come to a camp,
gay.
you know, when we come to a camp that would have Venture Scouts, because there's Venture Scouts, there's Sea Scouts, Venture Scouts, something else. Well, those are all open to girls, right? Venture Scouting is the same as Boy Scouts, I think, except they wear green tabs on their epaulets, or whatever they're
Are
called.
you fucking kidding me?
No.
Why do you need more than one Scouts?
I don't know.
Like you
whenever
have Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts.
whenever we run into these like venture crews,
You guys want to fuck them up.
oh, look at that girl, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, because fucking 13, 14, 15 years old, and I mean, everyone knows like that's, you know, hormones and all that shit.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine being on that same trip and having girls alongside with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's to be the same as like, so as an infantryman, I went through basic training at Fort Benning, and it's all infantry, right? And so obviously we know in infantry there's no women. So anytime, even the lunch ladies, man, I'd be like,
yeah. Same thing, like, right? Boot camp, I was like, hey, man, you see, these girls are rough. And then 2 weeks later, like, oh, yeah. Well, what's her name? She's good looking. She's the hot one of the bunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all those fucking issued glasses look good on her.
well, so we didn't even have those. We just had the lunch ladies, and maybe like whenever you would have to go like get, like, I remember going to get shots, and I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
The nurses, or they weren't nurses, they were like med techs or whatever.
So my whole point of this is
Alright, sorry.
like I learned a lot in Boy Scouts growing up. Like I liked it. I was in a great troop. I had a good scout leader. Didn't have any of the fucking weirdo shit that you hear about, the sad stuff.
Right.
And like a lot of stuff that I can do now, I you know, it's because of Boy Scouts, like camping and fucking knots and fire stuff and all that crap. And I think I've got daughters, right? Like I want to teach my kids that too. But I'm not going to approach an organization that's founded on doing this for young men or boys and then say like, you need to accept my daughter into this. If I want to do that, I'm going to put them in Girl Scouts or whatever, if they want to do that. And then I will get involved in that and then try to adjust that program to fit them, right? Or for what I think that they need. You know, because everyone always says like, well, Girl Scouts doesn't do anything fun. Well, then have them do fun stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if they're not doing the things that you want them to do, you know, like there's be that change, right? Like get involved in Girl Scouts and help teach them how to camp and stuff. I'm gonna teach my kids that anyway, myself. But like to take something like this, like there's nothing fucking sacred anymore. You know what I mean? Like you cannot have a group of just boys. Like what do you think women have? Women's night, girls' night out. Like guys' night out, like it's good to get away from the opposite sex, even though I mean, fucking miss it, right?
Right.
But there's stuff to be gained from that. And
Yeah.
Like, to take all those experiences I had as a kid and like integrate it with and anyone that thinks this isn't gonna happen is fucking lying to themselves to like fighting amongst each other over attention of a girl or. You know, putting that dynamic into a bunch of boys that are, you know, 15 years old and expecting shit not to happen.
Right.
You know, it's just, it's absurd. Like, and the whole thing is like, well, this is all from families with girls. Like, put your girl in Girl Scouts. If that doesn't work, find it. I'm sure you could find a group of kids in your neighborhood like, hey, let's start taking these girls camping and teach them how to fish or shoot guns or whatever.
Well, don't they do that stuff in Girl Scouts?
Or, like I said, put them in Venture Scouts. I don't think so. Like, everything I've ever heard about Girl Scouts is it's all about, like, just... And I'm completely... I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what I'm talking about Girl Scouts because I've never been involved.
A Girl Scout.
You've never been. I've never been a Girl Scout. It's all, you know, like, selling cookies and, like...
Cheerleading.
Yeah, like... I guess. I don't know.
Cooking. Selling.
Like I'm saying, like
being a good woman like they're supposed to be.
If you want your kid to be involved in Scouts as a girl, put them in a venture crew, right? It's already there.
Sure.
You just want the thing is you want to say like you can't have this group, you can't have this. This isn't inclusive of everyone. This is fuck off.
See, this is the thing. Like it's a private organization, right?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's a private organization. They have a problem with a private organization saying "fuck you" to whoever, right?
Well, they had done it for the longest time. That they would. What was the last thing they did? That was in the news. I think they allowed the kids to be gay or the leaders to be gay. I can't remember.
Well, here's the deal: like, if they were forced to do that, that's fucked up. But if they just wanted to have Asian Boy Scouts, fuck, you can have your own Asian Boy Scout. Where you learn karate and shit. That's horrible, dude. That's horrible.
Math, damn it.
Yeah. But, you know.
Just doing calculations all day long.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying.
And so if that's what they want to do, then they can do it. If they want to have redneck scouts where you just sit around and do
whiskey?
Yeah. Fuck, that's fine. I got no problem. I'm not putting my kid in either. Right? Well, maybe. I mean, if I might force my kid to be in the Asian Scouts. They'd be fucking engineers, rocket scientists in no time.
I really just can't wrap my head around like why they're doing this. It says the organization evaluated the results of numerous research efforts, gaining input from current members and leaders, as well as parents and girls who've never been involved in scouting, to understand how to offer families an important additional choice in meeting the character development needs of their children. To me, what this sounds like is I bet the Boy Scouts are having financial issues. You know what I mean? It's a fucking lot.
It reminds me of seen one of those documentaries, like the Bushmen.
Oh.
They just sit there.
I'm sure they're trying to, just like everything else, like up the financial base, right? So like, how can we get more people to join that? Well, we can let everyone's sister join.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Because the thing
we
is,
could
like,
change the Sabbath to Sunday.
Because kids are not involved in outdoor stuff as much anymore as they were, right?
Yeah, right.
Like the last scout troop I helped volunteer for a while, you know, they were like computer merit badges and like
really
fucking Facebook merit badges. And, like,
Wii bowling badge,
Reese's Pieces merit badges. I mean, it's just like it's not what I remember Scouts being like. You know, like Scouts was like
throwing hatchets.
Throwing hatchets. It
shooting
smelled like
bow and arrows, leather,
and twine, like oil and canvas, rotten canvas. That's what Boy Scouts is about. Being fucking miserable and cold, not bringing enough shit with you, throwing up food that you didn't cook all the way, like that. You know, that's how you learn to cook food for long or whatever. You know, like. But I hear you. To support its decision to welcome girls into more programs, the BSA cited surveys of parents whose children are not involved with scouting. According to the BSA, 90% of parents surveyed expressed interest in signing up their daughters for a program like Cub Scouts, and 87 were interested in a program like Boy Scouts.
You know what they should do? They should just let the government come in and fix all this problem. And then we just call it Scouts of America. And then you could just have, it could be Youth League of America. And then we just call it Brown Shirts of America. Right?
One of my friend's girlfriends in high school said that we were brown shirts.
We're brown shirts?
No, my scout troop. She's like, it's just Hitler Youth.
It would be Hitler Youth if it was like I just did. I just walked that whole. You could come in and say it was Scouts of America in the Youth League, right? And then you got brown shirts. But that's if the government swings in. And then you just have little tattletales on their parents, right? Completely isolate them from them.
Anyway, I keep reading this article. It blows my mind.
Next.
North Korea says Trump lit wick war vows a hail of fire.
So they want us to come on their show. DJ Ransom wants us to come on his show, and he picks the articles.
DJ Ransom?
DJ Ransom. Is it going to be nothing but clicks and whistles? No, he's from the Freedomist. Or he is the Freedomist. I like it. That's that beat.
That's good. I'll be on there. It's got to be on the same night we do our podcast.
Yeah,
because
I can't free up another night.
Yeah. Like the other, other 6 nights of the week. I don't know why that fucked me up. I was like, I'm here one night. How many days of the week?
You need to get back into Asian Scouts.
6 nights. I'm going to attempt to get romantic without falling asleep.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole goal, right? Isn't that really
the point of life?
Yeah. Figuring out new ways to become.
I don't know. I've been thinking a lot lately about what the point of life is for some reason.
That's because you're coming. It's because you're following me in the universe. Your shoulder hurts now. My shoulder's better. I think about life. You're right there.
And I'm getting plantar fasciitis. My toes are trying to rot off.
Yeah, you're getting that. Your toe is turning into cashew lou, the one I have. Right? It's on the same foot, right?
Am I right?
Yeah, right. Your right little toe.
No.
Does your left foot hurt yet?
No, this is my right foot.
Oh, that was a while ago for me. The arch.
No, it's the bowstring between those.
Yeah, that's the.
Like here's the arch. There's something hard underneath it.
That's the That's the muscle.
Tendon.
Or whatever it is. That's the spring in the foot. Does that hurt?
Yeah,
hurts your right foot now?
Only when you touch it though.
Okay, so my left foot, it's migrated and it's different. It's called a cuboid, I think.
Cuboid? Did you get that? What indeed?
Cuboid. No, it's a bald guy at the gym. Said you got a cuboid. Alright, where are we going?
Alright, so North Korea says Trump lit the wick of war, vows a hail of fire. I can't remember what the point of reading this was.
You just admiring that dude's haircut?
I'd like to be in a room with Kim Jong Kim Jong, whatever, and just like if he was sitting here, like how would he act? Would he just be quiet and not talk to us because he hates us, or would he be
by himself if he was here? I bet he would laugh, even though he's an evil fucking guy. I bet he would be like sociable if he's by himself. Like what's he gonna do?
I don't know. I wonder.
It's not like he radiates like it's
maybe
dark matter that's like sucks us into him.
All those fucking bombs he's lighting out there, he may be radiating. I can't remember what the point of reading this was. I guess it was just that North Korea says they're going to start a nuclear war, and President Trump says he's going to start a nuclear war. So, I mean, think about that, right? Like, if you're in North Korea and you're like, we got a bomb that can hit America, are you going to light that bitch off?
Say that again.
So you develop a weapon that can hit America, the nuclear missile.
No.
Because you know there's thousands, or however many we have.
Your whole fucking tiny little continent or that whole peninsula would fall off into the...
Everyone's saying that Russia would attack us afterwards, and China would attack us afterwards. Like, I don't think they would.
I don't think so either. I mean, I don't think that this guy has the stones to fire. Look, maybe he has the stones to fire. It won't make it. You don't think that shit isn't up there right now? They'd just be like zap, like a bug zapper. You know what I mean?
Probably hit a fucking pipe to
Yeah.
outer space. Like,
Fucking shooting magma everywhere, man.
God damn it, you fucking asshole! You hit our pipe.
Right, that's a good idea. We could create a whole tropical island if we had a long enough pipe to run it from the super volcano out into the middle of the Pacific. It'd be a cheaper.
I wonder what the pressure would be though. Like, because you're thinking of it as easily pumping out. Like it could be shooting out of there. The fact that it's like landing
Like
in
a caulking
China.
gun.
Yeah.
If
Like,
you-
no, it'd be like those foam
doesn't-
cans.
it doesn't
You try
stop
to,
when we
try
try
to
to
stop,
stop.
and it's just like. All right, next up, Las Vegas shooter's girlfriend placed on TSA watch list. Dude, this whole Las Vegas shooting thing
Mhm.
blows my fucking mind with the shit that's going on. And I started talking to one of my neighbors about it today,
Mhm.
and I think people think I'm fucking crazy when I start saying it. Like, look,
yeah.
man, you mean to tell me that this guy, this fucking regular dude, that hauls 23 fucking rifles up into a room for no reason and then shoots at people for 15 minutes and then just stops and kills himself. Yet there's no fucking video evidence of this, right? There's no cameras from the hotel, which hotels have and casinos have fucking thousands of cameras.
Right.
The camera, the casinos in Oklahoma have facial recognition cameras when you come through the door.
Mhm.
That's Oklahoma. Fucking podunk towns have more cameras in them, right? That
Oh shit! There was camera footage of him from 2011. You don't tell me they don't have recent camera footage of him walking around the casino?
and yeah. So then the building engineer,
Mm-hmm.
which that's a like hopped up term for maintenance guy, right?
Oh yeah, building engineer.
So he said he was on the 31st floor, and he said, I thought I could hear gunfire above me. Like, dude, and someone fired an AR-15 inside of a building, and you think you hear gunfire? Yeah. Like, what the fuck? And so then all this story, the security guard was like hailed as this hero at first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he stops the shooter, and the shooter hears the security guard outside and blasts him and then kills himself, right? And the security guard saved the day after, bringing the SWAT team up there. Then it comes out that the security guard got shot before the fucking firing even started.
Mm-hmm.
And then this other guy's up there running around. You tell me there's not another swinging dick on that fucking floor? Like, those other hotel rooms? Where are the people in those fucking, that are saying, like, I was in my room watching fucking Real Housewives of Orange County or whatever, and someone's firing a fucking rifle on the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think of that. Like, I've been in a hotel room and I've heard people having sex.
Mm-hmm.
Coming down, you can hear it traveling through the walls and stuff.
Yeah,
that's always the worst
because
you're by yourself.
It makes me mad.
Yeah, you're like, you motherfucker. I'm in here watching fucking Training Day for the 8th time.
It does. It makes me angry.
Yeah.
Why is it like I'm happy for two people, but it makes me mad if it's
because you keep
not
giving
me.
the action. Yeah. So
that's so weird.
Here's my questions, just like all these other conspiracies, right?
Right.
Number one, why risk getting busted taking all those rifles up to that room when you only need one or two? What's the point of having 23 or whatever it was? Number
Good
two,
point.
why is that fucking guy wearing gloves? The shooter in the picture when he blasted himself, he's got gloves. Number three,
I could explain that
is he
maybe
got hot?
because you fucking firing those things full auto, the heat that comes off of
He
that.
got four grips on him.
Oh, he did, didn't
Yeah.
he? And maybe still got hot. Or
Number three, why is the rate of fire so consistent, whereas when you watch fucking bump fire of AR-15, it's faster than what's being fired.
good
The
point.
video is like, whereas the bump fire is right.
Mm-hmm. So, real quick before we move on to the next one, the video that I sent you was all sewn together. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Did you watch it all?
Yeah.
There's a part in there where these people are running back, and you can hear two distinct. You can hear or but at the same time you hear ding like that, and it's only for a short period of time, but it's 2 rifles going off at the same time.
Really?
Did you not hear it?
I don't know if I did or not, man.
They're guaranteed. Like,
so when I watched
there's got to be audio evidence of it.
So when I watched the taxi video, I was like, I told my wife, I was like, okay, I can. So he's firing out this window, and it's real loud. And he's firing out this one, and it's real far away. Or, sounds like it's far away. But dude, that video to me sounds like that one thing of fire is like right on top of that fucking car. Like right on top of it. It's close. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I want to know where the camera footage or the video camera footage from inside the hotel is. I want to know why the security guard ran off when he was supposed to give an interview of what happened. I want to know why the fucking timeline changes. If there's cameras in the hallway, there should be no doubt in that's all time stamped. There shouldn't be any like, whoa, what happened here? Look in the corner. It says the fucking time.
Yeah, if it's staged, right? If it were staged, I mean, not meaning those people didn't die, but if these guys went up there and staged this and did it, and there were multiple people, then you would already have I think you would already have the video evidence, like it would be out like, oh, and it would go out as the way that they said it. How about, what if it's something that went awry, that wasn't supposed to go the way that they said it was going to go?
A lot of people are saying that he's a gun runner for the CIA and the FBI and had those guns set out.
A gun runner?
Yeah, like a gun arms dealer or whatever.
Meets in the Mandalay Bay?
Yeah, I guess so. Fucking that moth, man. It's going to fly in my mouth or my eye.
Why the fuck, if you're a gun runner, what would you meet in Mandalay Bay?
I don't know.
But you're saying that he was a gun runner.
I'm not saying that.
People are saying he's a gun runner for the CIA?
CIA or the ATF and something went south.
So meaning that he's trying to entrap people.
Yeah, whatever. So there was they had someone on InfoWars that ran guns for the ATF. And I guess he would, the big thing was that he would record all the transactions. He's like, yeah, we'd set up cameras in the room to record it, like this guy had set up, right? He had cameras in the room, right? But it's not like he like looked at them like, yeah, I'm gonna teach you guys a lesson, and then shot everything up. It was set up, right? And I guess they weren't on.
Fuck.
But he said that the ATF required him to record these transactions. He's like, yeah, we recorded every single one of them. Well, he downloaded them to his computer before he gave them to them, and I guess he got arrested. He has a book out. They arrested him for illegal arms stuff, even though he was working for them, trying. He got it all dropped. But, like, shady shit like that happens all the time.
Sure it does.
Everyone will fucking believe it. Like we say time and time again, if you put Russia in front of it instead of America, like,
right.
Would Russia do it to its own people? Oh, yeah, they would.
Fucking do it all the time.
America? No, never.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you? You think that? Like, yes.
That shining light on the hill.
Yeah, like, I think our government's just as corrupt as every other fucking government.
So, I like this theory, this idea that this guy. So, who are they running, like, selling guns to? What's the theory?
Oh, I didn't say. It was just.
And then these fucking guys are like, I hate country music.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fuck these people up.
I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't know. I do know that it's just all quieted now. Like, you don't hear anybody talking about it at all. I've also
That's
heard,
insanity.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute.
I have heard that it was, people saying that it was an operation in order to gain a push behind gun control. And when everyone started saying, like, what the fuck happened? This isn't what, with all the camera phones and everyone coming out, like, this isn't adding up. Then it's almost just like a quiet off, like, forget about it. Let's forget about it. Get rid of it. Mm-hmm. Hey, Harvey Weinstein's banging models,
Yeah, that's what I said last week, right? When that came out, it was perfect distraction. Were you there?
Or,
I don't know anymore. Old boy at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, and he's like, what? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Nothing's true with you. Nothing.
Yeah.
But I mean, and it's just like all the questions I've had with these other incidents that happen. Like if someone could just answer those, maybe it would satisfy my curiosity. I don't think so. Because they're gonna tell me some.
Yeah, it's gonna be just like
it sounds like
Warren Commission for JFK, right? It'd be the same thing.
It sounds like two people shooting, but it's just an echo. Like, hey, there's all these people. Well, they're just, they don't know. It's just mass panic. Well, they said there's a shooter at the Bellagio too, right? That even comes across on the police scanner. Like, what? Yeah, but that wasn't confirmed.
Dude, you know what I sent you? I don't know if we talked about it last week on this podcast or 2 weeks ago, but remember the picture I sent you of the location of where it was at and what it was in front of? How it was in front of the Luxor? Mm-hmm. So, I think I was in first. Here's the deal. And I showed you like all the symbolism that was all around it, like the Black Pyramid, the Sphinx, the obelisk, or Osiris's dick, you know what I mean? And then I was thinking, like when you go back in time and you look at all the like different cultures that made like blood sacrifices, like Mayans and stuff, did it on top of, I don't know how true it is, they did it on top of a pyramid, right? The Mayan pyramids. Or you go back in time and like what we really think about, or for instance, like the cremation of care, right? They do that. They do a blood sacrifice. It's a blood sacrifice in effigy, but it's in front of an idol, right? Mm-hmm. And what's so strange about it is that like that happened. It's directly in front of that. It's directly in front that whole the Harvest Festival. Number one, just think about the name of it. Harvest Festival. The fucking Harvest Festival. Perfect name to be making a blood sacrifice to the Illuminati or whatever, to Satan or whatever you want to call it, right? That they're doing this to. I know this is far-fetched, right? But if you think about it, these people that do stage things like this and that do events like that, they must. There's it's a battle of light and dark, right? I mean, if we want to get ethereal with it, but it's got to happen in front. Why the fuck do they do that stuff in front of a 40-foot owl, right?
It's for camaraderie, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah. So it's a statue of an owl. They sacrifice. There's more to it. Why the fuck do Masons do their thing on black and white squares and act like they kill you? Like, oh, you're dead now, but now you've risen again. It's all the stuff, but it's all representing death, right? Like death and rebirth.
What was the Flintstones group called?
The Water Buffaloes.
Yeah. What did they do?
Bowled. They did bowling.
My friend Flintstone was a dick.
Yeah, he was.
Right?
I mean, I don't think you could get away with being Fred Flintstone today and have a hot wife like Wilma.
Oh, fucking Wilma was one of the better looking redheads.
Yeah. I don't think
Barney was a fucking. He's like easygoing. Fucking Betty was hot too.
Yeah, Betty was hot. You figure Barney probably was hung like a brontosaurus. You know what I mean? Because he was easygoing, but he's kind of a dipshit.
Yeah, dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, Barney, you're dumb as shit. Let me see that fucking horse dick.
That's pretty much the story behind Flintstone.
I don't know. The whole Vegas thing. I don't buy anything I've been told. They keep changing the fucking story. Everyone's saying, like, oh, it's an ongoing investigation. Like, why the hell did they come out, like, hours after it happens? Like, this isn't tied to any kind of international terrorism. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it's usually, like, they wait a little bit, right? Like, I mean, fucking people weren't even all the way at the hospital yet. Like, oh, no, it's not tied to anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, I don't know what happened. I just know I don't believe, like, the narrative today. I mean, this is almost as bad as, like, people saying, Like, hey, nothing survived on these airliners that hit the World Trade Centers, but here's 2 fucking passports.
Right.
What?
Well, I think that's another sacrifice that was done right there, and there was some symbolism there. But look at this. Okay, I know you're dodging because you don't want to think about this, but here's where that festival happened, right? This is the 91 Harvest stage, right? Let's scroll in here. Yeah. Yep. See this? What the fuck is an obelisk doing? We know that what it's doing. This is all a big play on Egypt, right? Luxor, right? A giant black pyramid. There's a sphinx, right? How do we get down there? But this is the area, right? This is where everybody was getting blasted up, being shot from here, or no, here, excuse me, right here, right? So these guys, whoever the bad dudes were, probably up here in the top of this damn pyramid in their all-seeing eye tower, looking over this right here, watching everybody just getting.
As a sacrifice to who?
Moloch, Satan, whoever it is that they, the so-called Illuminati, right?
Yeah.
But I know that sounds crazy, but it's just weird. But you know how I think, anyways.
Yeah, but what I do think is weird is how quickly all the gun talk and everything's just gone away. You know what I mean? Like all the reporting on it, everything's just gone away. Like you have to like look for articles on it now. And maybe it's just because there's not anything else to talk about. Have you been to Vegas?
Yeah.
I hate it there.
Yeah. I don't want. If I go back ever, I don't know. I don't really have a desire.
Hand cards.
Huh?
You got all those porno hand cards walking down the street. The best story of Vegas is when my wife and I were there. And we were gonna go walk the strip. And she, had a t-shirt on, jeans, and she had something else. I was like, maybe we should dress a little nicer. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, Las Vegas. I'm like, we're all right. We go out there and there's fucking people, like some fucking CPA visors on, and fanny packs, and fucking pink shorts and socks up to their knees, like.
My kind of people.
Yeah, this is fucking Branson.
It is. Just saying, man. I know it seems strange, but that's me.
That seems strange. All the other shit seems strange to me. The fucking sheriff saying like, he probably had help, but he didn't. There was no one else involved. What? We don't know if he's radicalized, but there's no ties to any international terrorism. Excuse me? Like, what is it, man? Like, what? And, well, the timeline's changed. Now, this there was this interview on TV with the, put together SWAT team, and they're talking about how they were going up there with the security agent and everything. Like, is that all bullshit now that the security guard was the first guy shot? And if
his story's changing.
Yeah, so why would a guy go up into a room on a suicide mission, shoot at people, and then just stop and then kill himself?
Right.
Like, there's no reason for him to stop. Like, he should have either just kept going until they killed him. I mean, thank God he didn't, right? But,
right. No, you're right.
But wouldn't that be? I mean, why was he like, oh, that's enough? That makes sense, man. Like, none of that makes fucking sense to me.
No. And if it was an agenda,
something happened.
So run down that. If it's an agenda, right? Like in this guy's like he's anti-gun guy, right? Yeah. So let's say he's anti-gun guy. Let's run with that one. He's anti-gun guy and he's an agenda. Don't you think that if he was blasting fools, then he blasts as many fools, blast them, gets taken alive, and says, guess what, guys? I hate guns, and this is how I got them.
Yeah.
These are all this, and makes a big stink about it in court, and has. Come on, man, that's the way you go, right?
Like, he doesn't leave any note about it or anything. Doesn't say anything about what's going on.
No, he's not. And then
There's a guy who worked for Skunk Works too, like in the past, like the highly secretive, like SR-71 government contract.
I thought you said something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. His fucking brother's weird too. It seems like his brother's as guilty as him.
Yeah,
he lives in Florida. What is that? It's burritos. We've got money. We're rich. $100,000 isn't. Not everybody works at Taco Bell. Now, I know. You
did a good job.
What's the part where he said? He said, my brother was in arms. I was going to say something there, and don't take it the wrong way. Have you seen that? It says, my brother was in arms or arm, something like that. Like, my brother was an arms dealer for the CIA. He got caught some weird shit. This went down. That's all that happened. My mom eats burritos. I don't know, man. Fucking weird. The most frustrating.
That's a solid impersonation of him.
The thing that sucks is we're never gonna know the truth.
No.
On all these things, it's like everything else. Like we'll be told what they want you to hear.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Like if I ever get a time machine, that's what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna travel around to like
find those spots.
You know, try not to get like shot by JFK shooter. Like, look, man, there's fucking 4 guys over here. Can't you see this?
Hey! Yeah. Hey! Yeah. Hey, guys!
Yeah. Shoot that guy. Fuck. Where's the time machine? I can get out of here.
I always like to speculate to be like, how could I fucking take over the world? What would I need to take over the world if I had a time machine? I could go back in time and I could fuck up some British soldiers. I could change the entire...
It'd be bad somehow. I'd pull fucking Biff though. I'd get
the gray sports almanac
or something like something like. I bet you that this happens on this date. What?
You'd want to go to Vegas though, so that you could fuck Vegas over. You wouldn't want to bet somebody like a dude. You'd be like,
no.
I'd just ruin his life.
I'd go to wherever people go to bet on shit like that. Can't you bet on like whose dog takes a shit first in Vegas? Like that room with all shit's on the wall? The horses?
That's Mexico. That's Tijuana.
I'd bet on stuff.
I think
I wouldn't take over the world, though.
I wouldn't take over the world. I think what I would do is I would... See, this is a good question. You go back in time.
It's like Time Cop.
You can take...
Horrible movie.
I like the part when they're stealing the gold.
At the beginning?
Yeah.
It's the best part of the movie, and then it's all downhill from there.
After that.
I reckon you boys give me that gold. And he pulls out those machine guns. Yeah.
All right, so here's the question.
You don't want to rule the world?
No, you don't want to rule the world. But you can go back in time, and you get to take some things with you.
With me there, or with me back?
No, with you there, right? How far back are you going? Where are you going to go?
How many times do I get to go? Once?
No, you could go 3 times, but we just want to know what. Like, you could have unlimited times, but I just want to know the first thing that you. Not the first thing that you do. You have to right or wrong. That's part of it.
I'd go to Vegas immediately. I'd go no now. I'm like.
That's the one you'd want to go to.
Yeah, fuck it.
Right.
And after that, it'd be like I'd do the JFK one.
Oh, so you're gonna go and snoop out those things. I'm going further back.
Let down if it was like fucking Lee Harvey Oswald didn't shoot that motherfucker.
There's a badass shot. But you're gonna right the wrong.
Yeah, I mean, what else?
I don't know what I would do now.
I mean, it's not like you're
I always watch movies and I'm like, I don't know why I'm this way. Like in that movie, The Patriot.
Yeah.
Fucking pissed at those dragoons.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, man, I'll go back in time and fuck those dudes up.
You'd say Mel Gibson's son.
But then I think Mel Gibson's son then fucks up a whole bunch of Indians. Probably later, right? Like, man, how far back do I need to go? And then I can't fix shit anyways. So then I do think probably just go back and rule the world. Become the king of the Vikings. Just think about that. You go back to Viking time, you'd be Ragnar. You'd be the real Ragnar. The boomstick.
I don't. Yeah, but were you taking a rifle with you or something?
Yeah, you take whatever you want to take with you. You probably only need one shot. People, from that point forward, you would change the entire world.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody made
a
good point.
I feel like if I got involved in that, you're gonna fuck something else up.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? Like DJ Ransom said, if you have children, you can't go past them. You could change things. You could go forward. Yeah, you could always go forward, right? Go to your future kids. You're like, did you hear that?
What?
I don't know. I really think that to be honest with you though, here's what I think actually happens. I think time travel is possible, but I don't think it's time travel as we understand it. Right? It's just jumping dimensions or jumping universes, not dimensions.
Yeah.
And I think when you jump those, I think that you don't. I don't think you have comprehension of actually jumping it. Tell you today, I got in the elevator. If I can push 8, that's the floor, or push 1, right? And I'm on floor 8. Push 1.
Mm-hmm.
There was a woman in there in the elevator with me. I thought the elevator moved, doors shut, right? Elevator
another dimension.
Elevator didn't. The doors opened back up after a second, and I was like, fuck, where am I? I'm on 8 again. I thought we just went down because we sat in there for like 30 seconds.
You and who?
Just some woman, I don't know her. And then
you harass her?
I didn't.
You want to have sex?
The door shut. I went back down, right? Went down, got off, and I said, this has got to be another dimension.
To her?
Yeah. Or another universe. And she says, that was really freaky, wasn't it? And I was like, yeah.
Didn't you say your fucking elevators haunted anyway or something?
They're fucked up.
Yeah.
But they're new. So I don't know. Anyways.
Well, all elevators are shit, just so you know.
Yeah. They seemed like it. Anyway, so I get off, and I said, this is the universe where I am rich and better looking. And the lady says, you can't be both.
Is that what? Is that a put down?
Huh?
Is that a put down?
No, she just started laughing. Can't be both. So I think she was implying that I'm handsome and not rich.
Should have proved her wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Started.
Yeah. This is my bank card.
I'm gonna fix this Honda and I'm gonna buy a Land Cruiser. My buddy's gonna talk me into it. And it feels bad when it breaks down when I buy it. Yeah, so the comments say he was a auditor for Lockheed Martin. He knew where black ops money went. He sold guns and laundered money for black programs. He's dead before the shooting. Pulled his death photo, shells on top of the blood. I said that too.
You did say that. Did you say that in this last podcast?
No, I said it in that group text.
That's group text, then. I remember that.
And the more I thought about it, I was like, well, blood could go underneath that, you know. But I don't know if it would or not.
Why were there fucking shells everywhere? Like he's running around just... Like,
why would they be where he shot himself? Right? Because that was further back from the window.
Yeah, but it seemed like they were just scattered. I mean, but he was firing through the door, right?
Yeah, the hero security guard.
And how the fuck how many rounds did he fire through the door? They said like 200? What? That's insane. Like, You tell me, you're just gonna be like
200, and then like, what about the room across the hallway?
Yeah, I mean, just
someone over there in their robe, like got a ball gag in or whatever.
yeah.
Like, holy shit!
Somebody in their gimp suit.
Yeah. I want to hear from one of the other people. Like, oh well, there was no one on that floor that night. You tell me that the 32nd floor of the fucking Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino didn't have another person on that floor? Yeah. What did they see? Well, they thought they heard gunfire. Like, there's no mistaking a rifle going off in the side of a building.
Here's the thing. And that's another thing.
How many times have you been in a hotel and had the fucking front desk call you or security shield at your door for being too loud?
Yeah. As a young lad in the Army, it was many a time.
Yeah, and even then, it was like, fuck, are we being that loud? You know, it wasn't. I mean, I'd been to some where I could feel the floor flexing.
Yeah.
You know, but other times it was just like, hey, we're not being that loud. You know, someone had a stereo going or whatever, but someone's complaining. Like, so some dude's fucking just unloading, and you don't know where it's fucking coming from. Like, I'd have been on the 31st floor, like, motherfucker above me has got some shit going on that sounds like a jackhammer, you know? Like, he's firing an automatic, he's right above me. There's no, like, wait, where's it coming from? You know what I mean? And then they lied, they said that the smoke detector went off, and that's how they figured it out. And then it was like, oh, well, the door was screwed closed, and I was investigating that and heard a drilling sound. Like, you guys need to just stop what you're doing. Fucking get your lie straight and then tell it, because it's just making you look fucking bad right now.
I agree. All right, we'll move on. See, DJ Ransom's on board with watching from the top of the Luxor. He thinks the same thing as me, that 91 harvest was a blood sacrifice in front of Osiris's dick.
To stand?
Huh?
To stand?
Or maybe the opposite. Like whatever they believe in. All right.
Who, the Illuminati?
Yeah. I mean,
it's Lucifer, right?
But is Lucifer actually Satan?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. Lucifer, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if that's the... I think there's a big hoax being played on everybody. But we've talked about this on the
Corey's right.
Huh?
Corey's right. You don't believe anything.
It's true. Well, no, the more that I think about it, we've talked about this on here.
Yeah, we're going to get started now.
Yeah, I don't want to. So.
All right, so that's it for tonight's shows.
Should we go on to another show?
What?
How do we set it up? No, not tonight.
Oh. Yeah, I'll be on another show.
All right.
I've got nothing to offer.
If you want us on your show, we're like the clown at the party. Pay us. No, we don't pay us. Just email us at xspearheadx@yahoo.com. So that
we'll see if we can fit it into our schedule.
Tight schedule of trying to get romantic with our old ladies, or falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah. Other than that, check us out on all the podcast outlets: iTunes, Stitcher, Dogcatcher, SoundCloud, the Podcast Source, and among others. Email show ideas.
Don't check us out on SoundCloud.
Comments, what?
Because it doesn't. They make you pay to be on there.
No, we're not on there, I guess.
Yeah.
Email us at xspiritx@yahoo.com with show ideas, questions, comments, or concerns. If you want to bitch about us being chauvinist, it's not the one. Insensitive. And then, other than that, we appreciate you listening. If you're an old listener, glad to keep you around. If you're new, we hope we can entertain you some way, somehow. Other than that, that's all I got.
All right. Adios, muchachos.
Later.
Ding the bell.
Oh, yeah, just ding our dog.